What army do you propose we go pursue these studios with?
Why would we need an army?
Black magic? What are you
We have
suggesting?
something that no one in Japan has. We're Americans. We have access to things, but we're going to leave it at that. I will John Wick my way through Sony till we get to the CEO. We will get the symbiotes. We will bring them to Marvel on a platter.
We are so getting demonetized.
I
I'm
appreciate
probably getting arrested. No, I love Sony, so please don't hurt Sony people. I like them.
And on that note, welcome to Nerdentials, your weekly dose of the nerdy essentials covering film, TV, video games, and comic books. I'm your host, Joe Tweeden, and tonight it has been a few moments, a few hot seconds since we have last recorded, but we're all gathered here today to talk some wonderful nerdy pop culture shit. So without further ado, joining me tonight to my left here is the Nick Thomas. Welcome, sir.
Hello. I'm so happy to be here. I'm so glad we are recording live and in color.
You're very in color right now. Are you a little warm?
Yeah, you are, dude. Are you saturated over there?
It's the new camera.
Okay.
Oh, well, it's showing
got
off
that-
some sun. Did you
That
get some
ambient
sun
light
recently?
to the left of you.
It's the light.
Well, also joining us is our additional commentator down below right here, still sporting the village background. We have the
I can
Ryan
think of something
Coon.
else.
No, you're fine, dude. Welcome, Ryan. How's it going?
Not too bad. There's been a lot of shit going on in pop culture lately.
A lot. Yeah.
Like, god damn, this year has been big.
You know, I feel like Disney and Netflix teamed up this week and said,
Fuck your free time?
fuck
Basically.
the other guy. We're uploading this anyway. And I think they said that about both or about each other or something. I don't know. But and that's not even all of it, you know. There's a lot of other things going on. But
Yeah.
Classic Mario Brickland. Oh, come on, Nick. Something a little more contemporary.
That's
Or
contemporary.
Or
Yeah.
nerdy, however, whatever you like. That works.
I have to log into here so I can change my fucking background.
Oh, Nick, I was gonna say the other one made you look better off than you are. Just kidding.
Look, man, that looks better off than like I'm ever gonna be doing, at least for the next 20 years.
I was just kidding. But anyway, guys, yeah. Despite all the crazy amount of things that have come out, dropped, especially on streaming, so many things, and even in gaming, over the next next month, we're going to have a whole bunch of showcases with a whole bunch of announcements and new things coming either end of this year or into the next. So a lot of cool, fun things. But guys, we're going to be a little more concise this week. We've got a couple narrow topics to cover in movie, TV, and gaming. So, Nick, Ryan, without further ado, if you guys saw the thumbnail on YouTube, you already know, or the title of this episode, you already know what we're jumping into.
They have not told me anything that's happening. I have no idea what we're reviewing. Everything is a lie.
You're not supposed to spoil it, Ryan.
They have kidnapped me. I'm in their basement, and they locked me up with this camera. And I can only, if I record these videos, I get fed. That's it.
And that's why he's got a green screen.
Wait, who's feeding him?
Shit.
Oh, maybe he's eating something meant for the animals of the house. No.
The cat's been giving me kibble out of solidarity.
Oh,
We're
I
both
guess.
trapped here.
Well, I don't know how I feel about that, sir. We're gonna have to reevaluate your situation, or you should fight for it. I don't know.
I'm not fighting the cat. The cat will win.
All right, we definitely don't want to compete with that. Guys, real quick, let's jump into just some quick housekeeping. Yeah. So, guys, this is podcast episode 125. Actually,
Woo!
yeah, we're finally there. Guys, you can if you're seeing the video form, we're on YouTube, and otherwise in podcast form, we're across. I need to put out a script so I stop fumbling over the what's. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and wherever other podcasts are found. That's where we're at. And guys, if you want social links, Twitter and Facebook, and you want to see written reviews and things like that on top of the video content, you guys can go to one particular location on the web, Nerdentialsmedia.com. That's right. Nerdentialsmedia.com. That's where all our stuff is hosted and where the rest of our content lies. All right, well, guys, I think that's it. I just keep it clean and simple, and we're just going to jump on into our first topic for the week. Guys, we're going to do a movie review to kick off this episode. So without further ado, let's jump into Movie Matters. Dan, Ryan's gone. Must have been the smoke.
It was intentional. I couldn't help it. I saw an opportunity. Movie matters.
Yeah, Movie Matters. Welcome to Movie Matters, guys. First up, and actually kind of a singular thing that me and Nick are just going to kind of talk our feelings and thoughts on movie-wise.
I'm excited.
Before moving on to the rest of our episodes. So, Nicholas, are you ready to talk about the sequel to
billions and billions of dollars?
The Blue Blur. The Blue Blur.
Sorry, Nick just has like this particular orange glow to him. And
well,
I feel like he's going to be running for president next year.
I don't know. He's hold on 1 second. Sorry about that.
I can't wait to watch this now.
I'm prepared. All right, but no, Nick. All right, so actually, hold on. Let's pull up the deets here, guys. We are talking about first up, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, the sequel to what year was that? 2020 for the first one. 2019?
Yes, 2020, and then this one released this year.
Yes, this one just came out about a month ago. Directed by Jeff Fowler, written by Pat Casey, Josh Miller, Josh Whittington for screenplay. And we got James Marsden returning, the infamous Jim Carrey as Dr. Robotnik. Ben Schwartz reprising his vocal talents as Sonic the Hedgehog. And then joining in this sequelitis of eras, we have the Idris Elba voicing the infamous Knuckles the Echidna. And then hold on, I'm trying to find the boy. Where's the boy?
The boy.
The Miles.
Voiced by the original, who's Colleen O'Shaughnessy.
All right, well, Nick took the credit. Oh, wait, there are. Yep, Colleen. Oh, she was the original?
Boy.
Nice. All right, yeah. Voice
in the video games.
Yeah. The two-tailed fox sidekick to Sonic the Hedgehog joins the cast, and this
and don't worry, this was Sonic the Hedgehog, not Sonic the Man-Hog abomination that we almost got for the first movie.
Oh dear God! Yeah, well, we've moved way past that now, haven't we? They got it. They corrected it the first time, and upon sequelizing it, they maintained true to the additional forest creatures that they've added to the mix.
I still think the man-hog should have been like a villain that he had to face. Just like his worst nightmare come true.
Just a horrible misadventure in cloning.
It's so disturbing, though.
The teeth got me. I'm like, what the fuck?
The fact that like an animated hedgehog blue thing gave me Uncanny Valley vibes, which is usually like reserved for human faces that are not quite human.
Yeah.
Says wonders about what the fuck they did there.
Yeah, absolutely. But guys, to make this description super broad, the synopsis for it is the manic Dr. Robotnik returns to Earth with a new ally,
In
Knuckles,
a gigantic mustache.
and yes, we'll get into that in a minute. Knuckles the Echidna, Sonic, and his new friend Tails is all that stands in their way. Now, funny enough, I do believe that was. I mean, he didn't he want to take over the world last time? I mean, wasn't that his general desire before as well? I thought like the main new thing here is that he's found a friend to go after Sonic with in his pursuit of ultimate power. But also, yeah, but that was cool though. Like they the second time around here, we got a lot more video game Sonic the Hedgehog video game references of like zones. Green Hill, right? Isn't that the city they're in on Earth? And it's based off the classic first stage in the games. And then Dr. Robotnik, we see early in the movie, he's stuck in a mushroom-filled world, and it's
Donut Lord.
and it's very also reminiscent to all the gaming stuff. Also this time around, Jim Carrey is finally like we got a tease. I think wasn't it an end credit scene in the first one that kind of showed the Eggman appearance, right? And this time he's in full costume, full facial appearance, including the various silhouettes and color combinations, reds, blacks, and all that he wore.
And like I said the first time when we reviewed this, I feel that it took Jim Carrey 60 years to find his role that is him. I don't think there's any man alive who could play Dr. Robotnik like him.
No, it was perfect. Last time we got a wonderful, crazy, charismatic character was from him with all of that nuanced, spazzy acting that he's known for. Would have been the Grinch that stole Christmas live action version.
I loved that movie.
For me, as far as like he was perfect for that too. But you're right, it was all that leading up to his final role as Dr.
Quite literally his final role. He said he wasn't going to play anymore.
Which, I mean, actors have done that before, but yeah, he did claim this he's retiring.
He did say he would come out of retirement for one movie. Ace Ventura 3.
I'd be okay with that.
Well, I think that might, maybe that'll lead the studios into going down that path.
Alrighty then.
But hey, let's. I mean, there's not a lot of spoilery things. A lot of it's already in the trailer.
I don't mind spoilers, so
I just
hit me with your best shot, man. Shoot me with that shotgun of spoils.
All I am implying is like from a listener standpoint, if our listeners haven't seen it yet, I don't think there's a lot of huge spoilers here. So we can kind of be broad.
Did you watch after the credits?
I believe I did. I believe I sat through it all. And
by the way, because of after the credits, I think people should know.
The end credit scene. I did see that. Yes.
Paramount Pictures has already said that there will be a Sonic 3.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
I think they're talking about
end credits tells us exactly what it's going to be, and I'm fuck yes.
Okay, let's give our general review, our rating, and then we'll put up a spoiler warning for that. I feel like we should just because it's really an awesome feeling when you see it, not knowing the scene. So let's save that for the end. Nick, thoughts?
The first one was fantastic. and I loved the first one, and it was probably one of the most apt renditions of a TV. I mean, a video game movie, and I loved everything that they did with it. The second one, I felt was even better. So I'm gonna tell you right now,
That's rare.
It got a 10 out of 10 for me.
Damn,
For a
that's
video
rare for
game
you.
movie.
What did you give the first one? Did you give that one a 10? It'd be
I
fine if
did.
you did.
I loved it.
Yeah. I don't remember because
But I'm saying this one was even better.
I know. I understand. All right, yeah, I'll you know what?
The reason why I thought it was better for me
go ahead.
is because I felt it was more video game accurate.
Mm.
Because of the full transformation of Eggman. The
mustache and
they dove deeper into the Longclaw and the Guardians, the Chaos Emeralds, everything to
The
do with
lore,
it.
yeah, they
The
covered
lore
a
of
lot
the
more like
game.
lore of those characters. Yeah,
because there's people that are like Super Mario people. There's people that are all the Zelda people. I'm a Sonic person. Always have been. Always will be.
I've always been a Zelda person, but I did love Sonic growing up.
Absolutely. I mean, I did too. Ironically, I think I've told this story before in like gaming talks about our favorite games of all time and stuff. I think, but I've mentioned in the past that it was actually by accident that I became a Sonic fan because I was homeschooled for, I don't know, 6+ years during my middle school years. And at the time, I was really interested. I had a original Nintendo, and I was really interested in the Super Nintendo. And I told my parents that multiple times, and like it was rare. I didn't expect to get like a gaming system for Christmas, but that year that I thought I was getting a gaming system, I thought it was going to be a Super Nintendo, and I don't know. My parents taught me real good on how to just like appreciate in the moment of like disappointment. But I hope that they looking back that they didn't feel my disappointment. But I was like I didn't know what to think. I got a Sega Genesis instead of a Super Nintendo, and my parents thought that's what I wanted at the time. Like that, and I just rolled with it. I was like, thanks, kind of like I'm trying to sound excited, and not sound ungrateful. They didn't realize which one I wanted. So because of a stroke of fate, I became a Genesis fan rather than continuing my Mario legacy, at least until the late 90s when the 64 came out.
That's fair.
But that's why I became a Sonic the Hedgehog fan, because of an accidental present.
I had a similar experience, but more that I didn't get my N64 or anything yet. My mom had started dating this guy named Rodney.
Oh, Rodney.
His kids had the Genesis, and I can't even tell you how many fucking hours after school I had spent playing Sonic. This is the best thing ever. I gotta go fast. Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then I got my N64, and things after that. Like I got back into Nintendo stuff, but like there's a good 2 years where it's just Sonic every day except for weekends when I hang out with my buddies.
Same.
Now, the only thing for me that would actually do better than Sonic, if they ever made it into a movie, that I would say take my money, take my wallet, you can have it, would be a Mega Man movie.
As long as they did it right, I'd be absolutely right there with you. They got to do it right. Because Mega Man is fucking top tier.
Mm-hmm.
I'm terrible at it, but I love it.
Or Kirby.
Ooh, I'd watch a Kirby as long as it was animated. Kirby himself.
Yeah, well, they could go like the Pikachu Pokemon
Detective Pikachu
route
style.
That I thought the animation on that was good, but anyway, guys, hold on.
We digress.
Sidelining here. Nick gave it a 10 out of 10. Let's get into it a little further. Let me give you guys my rating. Honestly, I really liked the first one as well, and I don't remember what I gave it. I think I'd be shocked if I went lower than an 8 or a 9. I feel like it was pretty high. If it wasn't a 10, I don't remember. I'd have to go back and look upon it because I haven't seen it since then. But this one, I do feel personally was actually I liked even more than the first one. The first one felt a little more slow paced, a little too much of the real world, which I get it. They want to bring in some big name actors here and there to draw a crowd, and honestly, Jim Carrey is that draw. Sorry, I got cats in the background for anyone that heard that.
Hey man, cats are their own thing. We can't control them.
Agreed. We know this. But I like Jim Carrey himself was enough of a draw, I think, for a lot of people that may not be as familiar, but who's not with Sonic? What I'm getting at, though, is first one was just a little slower than this one. This one had faster, more fun pacing, super cheesy pop culture references here and there. But you know what? It felt Sonic to me. It didn't matter. Like that didn't take me out of it at all. The inclusion of Knuckles and Tails was a lot of fun. And I even like the overly, like, I know there was some complaints about the portrayal of Knuckles, but I actually liked that brooding, take everything literally approach. He kind of had a Drax feel about him. It was all about honor and family and legacy. And
I mean, that's how early Knuckles was.
I know, but what I'm saying is, like, I don't know.
The ultimate warrior.
I know that the newer one has a lot more, like, kind of like,
I think
kind of dumber, and he has a lot of things go over his head and stuff. But like the older one he was dumb in the sense that he just didn't understand.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying is,
Yeah.
I think some people are being critical because they thought he was being too dumb of a character.
Yeah.
But I think Idris Elba did a great job, and even the screenwriting was like the lines given to him played out the same way, in that, like, it's just a disconnect between what's going on versus what he knows. And it's not because he's dumb. It's just he's taking things at face value and didn't understand Robotnik's intentions at first. And I like the quick turnaround, well, spoiler-ish warnings. I guess we won't dive too much into that particular part yet. But I love the Chaos Emerald storyline angle. Everything was very, Nick, if you're going to be fumbling around with some loud plastic, you should mute yourself. Or share.
No, you're not alone. I made some noises.
Or share, Nick.
What is that?
Thank you. Yeah, what are you eating?
Nick's keto snacks for the day are
keto nuggets.
Keto nuggets.
Are those like the birthday cake ones that are at Chris's shed?
No, these are coconut, pumpkin seeds, quinoa, and sunflower seeds.
Oh, that actually sounds bomb as fuck.
Mm-hmm. They're crunchy. They're kind of sweet.
Well, we definitely heard the crunch. No. Thank you. That's shout out to all you ASMR fans. That's for you. Anyway,
we'll be right back with our scheduled programming after these commercial messages.
You get a little jingle going. Do you feel hungry occasionally for loud, crunchy sounds?
Do you like annoying your children when they're watching cartoons?
Buy our new album. It's like, the greatest hits album. There's
all the greatest hits. Can you take me higher?
No, Ryan. Greatest hits. We've got the Snicker Crunch. We've got the Milky Way Slurp. Don't forget the caramel sip. And best of all, the final track is the coffee I slightly burnt my tongue on pawn sipping.
We like to call that the dragon breath.
Get your 4 CD collection now for 3 easy payments of $14.97 or $95.
Must be 18 or older to order.
Sorry. Only really old millennials or kids from the 90s will understand these infomercial references.
Dude,
But wait,
I
there's more.
slightly missed those.
I do. They were fun. And now, in our older age, fun to make fun of.
Yeah.
Billy Mays here.
Okay,
Billy Mays here with a
box
new.
clean. Let's move on.
All right.
No, but okay. Honestly,
rating?
though, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna give this. I enjoyed every single moment of this, Nick. Top to bottom, funny. I could pretend to be critical about it, but this is like at the end of the day, this is a popcorn flick, and they hit enough beats of nostalgia for the fanboys of the gaming franchise that I have to give it a 10.
I have to ask you really quick. If
Yeah.
it weren't a gaming movie, would it still be fun?
Absolutely.
No nostalgia involved.
Yeah.
Still a great movie.
I think nostalgia plays just a small little bit into this.
Yeah. But if someone had not known anything about Sonic and just came into this, like, okay, would a
My
parent
kids.
enjoy it if they had not known?
Well, I would even say, like, I understand this is like geared towards kids, and
Yeah. Well, of course.
But yeah, it's a fun movie still.
Okay.
It's silly. There is humor. I can't say like it's like a Marvel level.
Yeah.
Everyone's gonna laugh at this crap, but
it's a fun movie.
It's fun and it's lighthearted, and it hits where it needs to hit. There's some subtle emotional moments here and there that are not overplayed, like, so it's got a well-rounded feeling for everyone, I think.
But is it still fun if no one's played the video game? Yes. There's references there for the true believers. But the movie in itself was laid out in a way that you don't need to have the references to understand it. And you'd still appreciate it. And you would just think, when they show these things, like, whoa, that's cool. When the people that know what it's all about are like, whoa, that's really fucking cool.
I don't know if I'll keep this in for the edit. I'm just kind of throwing this in. We could talk a few more minutes. I turned off all the audio, but every time I include trailers that are not gaming related, we get a copyright strike.
Let's just put on Sonic Adventure Battle and say that's the movie.
Yeah.
And pretend we're playing it. I can pull up a controller right now and just like, there we go.
But the animation's good. Like, if you guys look at this just briefly, like, like Tails looks great. Sonic is as good as they had made him when they fixed him. And there's Eggman.
I don't have a controller nearby.
The secondary character, Nick, the man that made his lattes, I feel is like a replacement for Snively or Snively, however you want to pronounce it. Like the sidekick from the comics for Dr. Robotnik, that guy right there.
I gotta say, I really like the animation they did. The way Knuckles looks in this looks really good.
Yeah, I thought they did a great job with Knuckles.
I love the mustache. That's fucking great.
It works, and like the only thing they didn't do is make him super fat.
Yeah,
and you don't.
Which they could do in a third.
But with Jim Carrey's like performance and comedy timing, I don't think it's
necessary.
We're not missing it, in my opinion.
Here's the thing, though. Not every iteration of Dr. Robotnik is he fat.
You're right. A lot of the Eggman connotations are actually a very thin, slender version of that. You're right.
Well, good. Well done pun there. Whether it was intended or not, that was well done.
I missed it. It's over my head, so if it was from me, it was unintended.
Awesome. That's even better.
But yeah, all right. Well, I mean, dude. Okay, real quick. I guess I want to throw this out there. Let's have a quick conversation about the end credit scene. Just for our listeners' sake, because Ryan doesn't care, here is a spoiler warning.
Warning. Spoiler alert. Warning. Spoiler alert. You have been warned.
All right, friends, you have been warned. There will be a time stamp just for all of you that want to skip this. So skip ahead, look for the timestamp, and rejoin us. We'll see you when you get back. All right, Nick. End credit scene. Give us your hot take. What do you know of him? I haven't played any of the games where this character that was revealed has been in it.
What character is it?
Oh, I just have to say one word, and Ryan will know exactly what I'm talking about.
Shadow?
Shadow.
Yes! Yes!
Yeah, you just said it.
Oh, hell yeah. I'm excited.
Yes.
So it was a short end credit scene.
That makes me really hype.
They
I
basically
fucking love
say
Shadow.
they've been working on a clone for this long, and it shows the Shadow in all his glory, and it looks exactly what we
His emo edginess. I fucking love it.
in a tank.
Yeah, it's just a very short take. I'm just going to show a picture for anyone unfamiliar. If you're watching our video, there's Shadow.
You might be able to
Hedgehog.
actually get the after credit scene to show up.
Oh, probably. I just wanted to throw this up there for a quick second.
Yeah,
just so
I like
people
Shadow
can
way
see it.
better than Sonic. Even though that one game was so fucking terrible, shooting enemies as Shadow with guns was fucking great.
Yeah, I mean, I've played a couple games with him in it, but obviously he was a character that came much later
Yeah.
in the franchise. And Nick, for the hardcore nerds, can you think of whether or not he appeared in the comics first or the games? Because I'm pretty sure he is a comic book introduction. Because I know the games came out before the comic books for all the
I'm
original
pretty sure
Sonic.
the comic book was first, and they dove into him more with the game.
Yeah, that sounds right. Okay, here it's let's see, what is this? Oh, might not. Oh, it's someone explaining it. I don't want to play that. I just want to see.
We're doing that right now.
Yeah, we're talking about it right now. Okay,
I don't want to watch someone else talk about it right now. Fuck those. I mean, I'm sure they're great people.
You are
No.
so aggressive, sir.
I'm
So
tired
aggressive.
and on like 3 hours of sleep, so yeah, it's very aggressive today. Who's
All
this
right,
guy?
oh, that's
There you
the
go.
coffee guy, the guy that
No.
makes Robotnik's coffee.
That's the
Yeah.
coffee guy?
There's the link for you.
Oh, it's right here.
He's
Here, I'll
pretty.
Just cut to this spot right
Oh,
here.
I sent you
I
one.
like
Like
her.
seconds.
Sorry. Well, this one's 40-something seconds, but there's the end
Mhm.
credits scene there, Mr. Ryan. And
I love it.
He looks as good as the game.
I love it. He looks better. I'm in.
Ooh,
I'm
orange
watching
glow.
these. I'm watching both of them this week.
Dude. Yeah. No, it's really well done. I feel.
Agreed.
I'm fucking hyped. This is great.
Well, sir. That's our rating. Us two that have watched it liked it. This is the end of our spoiler moment here. We're now moving on, guys. Nick, you ready? Should we jump into our next area?
TV?
Yeah.
Actually, before we jump into that,
Okay.
I asked you a question in a text message. I'm wondering, did we cover that in an actual episode, or did we just talk about covering it and never actually cover it?
Cover what?
Oh, no, we didn't cover it yet at all.
Would you like to do a trailer react?
Yeah, let's throw it in here.
While we're still in movies.
Yeah,
Trailer
we
react?
probably should. All right, so real quick, cutting back to guys, we are actually we got
How the
one more
fuck did
thing
you
to
do
do.
that?
What? I don't know.
How the fuck? Not why. How?
He's a wizard.
No. That the second one you did there didn't sound the same. The first one, it sounded like you actually rewound yourself. How did you do that?
tongue noises. I don't know. I did.
Oh, it's one of those tricks.
Yeah, one of those tricks. I actually have the trailer queued up because prior to recording, I thought Nick suggested this as things we should do for the next recording. So, and because this movie is literally only a few weeks away, it's literally less than a month away. It's right around the corner. We should definitely react to Thor: Love and Thunder.
Oh,
Yeah, guys.
I
Thor
love Thor.
4 officially. Thor 4, Love and Thunder. And this is the full 2-minute trailer, Ryan. We're gonna throw in some audio, and we're gonna react to it live. You ready, sir?
let's do this.
All right, let's do it. Let's
Roll
react.
that beautiful bean footage.
You ready? Here we go. Cue it up.
Kids, get the popcorn now. Let me tell you the story
He's back.
of Viking.
The
Thor
Space Viking.
He was no ordinary
God
man.
damn.
He was a god. After saving planet Earth for the 500th time, Thor set off on a new
500th time.
He got in shape.
Oh, look, working
He
out.
went
There's
from
the dad bod.
Dude, he's doing the
God
thing.
bod.
Oh, I got
And
some
after all
Rocky
that, he reclaimed
Rocky
his
montages.
title as the one and only Thor.
Look at that thing crackle.
Oh, spoke too soon.
Jane?
Oh,
Oh,
snap.
shit.
She's back.
Girlfriend.
What's it been like 3-4 years?
8 years, 7 months, and 6 days, give or take.
Jesus.
Who's counting?
Sensing feelings.
Well, you're right.
The only ones who gods care about
I am excited for this villain, Nick.
is themselves.
It's Kratos.
Christian Bale.
Gore the God Butcher.
Gore the God Butcher.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, next month. Well,
And they got the goats.
Impressive what you did back there.
oh,
Just
look,
shit.
Thor just split.
You never forget your first.
That was.
Zeus.
I love
Played by
the subtle
Russell
80s
fucking
fucking
Crowe.
things
Russell
going
Crowe,
on.
Zeus, yep.
You have something worth fighting for.
Oh
I love the little 80s thing going on here. It's fucking great. This is amazing.
Okay.
And take off your disguise. And flick.
Damn.
Oh,
Flick too hard, damn it!
Flick
God.
too hard.
Damn.
And eventually. Great.
Right?
Should we do something? Eventually. July 8th, friends. July 8th.
Nice.
God damn.
Okay. All right, guys.
I think there's a certain scene we need to go right back to.
What, the last one, Ryan?
Yes.
Entertain you a little bit?
Okay,
You
look at
flicked
that.
too
Look
hard.
at that. Holy shit.
Do we need to pause on that?
Wow.
God damn.
Like he shredded up for this movie,
Like he's bigger than he was in any of the others.
and not just size, but like the definition
Yeah,
is like
he's cut.
shredded.
Yeah. Holy fuck.
And do you like the little fact that they blurred his butt right
Yeah.
there?
No, I need to take a date to see this. I need to take a date to see this. This is good. This is gold.
I love the fact that they all fainted, all the
This
women.
is the date movie right here.
He's like, oh my goodness. They're like,
Fucking
"Ah."
Natalie Portman's back. That I am so fucking hyped for this.
Yeah.
But I love the 80s themes going
July
on. here.
8th. She's playing the mighty Thor guy. It's a comic iteration. Jane Foster becoming
Thor.
known as Mighty Thor.
Yeah.
But yeah, the first female Thor is being represented on screen.
That was the all black Necrosword.
Yes, there's a lot to break down here. Like, shoot, I mean, let's just do some hot takes. Otherwise, this itself could have been a whole episode if we let it be. And it might be. Maybe we'll just do movie and TV. I don't know. Let's see what we got time for. So yeah, Gore, the God Butcher. We've got, yeah, and you saw him stab that sword into what looked like a moon or a gigantic rock. Not sure who or what he was killing there. And then what's his name? Taika Waititi's character, Korg, is reading a story of the legend of Thor, God of Thunder, to these people, these blue-faced indigenous people. So we're not really sure. I don't think it's Yondu's homeworld, but there is that possibility. There's some sort of connection, because in previous trailers, which we haven't covered on our show, but they've been online for a while, the Guardians of the Galaxy with Thor do visit a planet, to help the people out there for whatever reason.
Yeah.
So not sure how much of that involvement is going to be. In that earlier trailer, Peter Quill kind of tells Thor that they need to go their separate ways. You need to, find your people. And then he, points to the Guardians saying, "These are my people." And so then it's kind of like a, if
That's
you remember
Peter Quill's found family. He needs to find his own family.
Yeah. What was it Thor Ragnarok that after he finished, everything there, that he went off with the Guardians, or was it the end of?
It was end of.
It was Ragnarok, right?
It was end of Avengers.
Or was it
end of
Endgame?
Avengers? Because Ragnarok was where they were coming to Earth.
So it was an Endgame.
Yeah,
right?
and
That
he
was one of the
meets
things.
the rabbit
Mm-hmm.
in the Avengers.
And then he left Valkyrie. He left her to take care of their city,
the new Asgard.
Yeah. Let's get some hot takes. Let's throw some hot takes of what we did see.
We have
Ryan.
the hottest take in one image. What do you mean?
Okay. How about
Natalie
secondary?
Portman's in the movie? So we have two of the hottest takes in the entire movie with the main actors.
Any third
It's been
hot
like
takes,
4
right?
years. 8 years.
Oh no,
3
this
days.
looks fucking great. Like Christian Bale and Natalie Portman returning now, and we've got Mjolnir back. Everything in this looks fucking awesome.
Well, and interestingly enough, there's a couple things nerdy things I want to bring up real quick and to get you guys' thoughts on. Mjolnir, since you just said that, let's talk about that for a second.
It's very obviously repaired.
True, but it's got cracks all over it.
Yeah.
When Helena destroyed it, and so it looks like it has self-repaired, but it's like keeping those cracks. And then I thought what was really cool is she's displaying a new attack move, video game style, where she threw the hammer towards a group of enemies and the hammer like burst into multiple pieces, knocking all those enemies down and then presumably reforming.
Yeah, it's like a shotgun now.
Yeah, it looks like we got like a new ability there. Nick, can you commentate on the comic book accuracy? Is that
really
new?
Quick? That leaves me with a question.
Okay, throw the question out, and then we'll get Nick's comic book reference take.
Nick,
Mm-hmm.
Because it does that, is each individual piece enough to weigh a person down to the ground?
I would think, presumably.
Because you could like restrain a lot of fucking people with those pieces, if it is.
You're not wrong.
I
don't know if the enchantment works on the individual pieces. I think it only works when it's together.
Fair.
But that's just your theory. We don't have any.
The hammer's made from a star, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's like there's a lot of science that would go into that, and I don't want to bring that up here because we could be here all day talking about this. So I'm going to leave it.
But I thought that was cool. Mjolnir was like coming towards Thor, and then it got pulled back to someone else, and that's where we get the reveal.
Dude.
For Jane Foster. In the comic books, we know that she was learned to have, and we've covered this before on previous podcasts, but that she has had or has cancer prior to becoming this new Mighty Thor. Have we heard, or do we think that it sounds like that maybe that might be brought up or included maybe in this storyline? I don't know.
I think it would make sense. There's no other reason why Jane Foster would be
suddenly worthy
around it.
Right.
But I think something precipitates that joining.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm like, I mean, that's the
it would make sense to follow it.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
But it probably won't be cancer. It'll probably be something similar, but because of what the damage that was done to her body from the Aether.
Oh, that is right. Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, that's
This has
true. I
been
mean, they'll
8
probably
years since
tie
she
that
was
in
infected by
somewhere.
the Aether.
Could it have
Okay,
had
now,
some? Did it have something to do with Thanos' Endgame event?
now this is what. Hold on, Ryan.
That
What you're
she's got?
saying and what Nick just mentioned about 8 years, because Thor was very specific about it. There's two aspects about this time questioning, like how Jane goes very, coyly. How long has it been? And it was like, I don't know, 3-4 years. I think they did that for two reasons. One, Jane cared maybe a bit less about the relationship at the time. It's one of those things where the person that was scorned or during the breakup or whatever, that Thor being the more
Yeah.
emotional here is like, well, I remember every day, and he's kind of sharing it that way. And to her, she's like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't think it was that long. But I think there's another technical reason behind it, and I know Nick knows where I'm going, is that the snap was 5 years. You add 5 years to the 3 or 4 that she was guessing at. So for her, it might only feel like 3 or 4 years because she may have been snapped out.
And depending where she ended up and getting Mjolnir, a lot of events could have happened that kept her distracted from finding out about everything that just happened.
Yeah, so there's a good justification for that conversation happening where it's actually been 8 years for Thor, but literally only 3 or 4 for her.
It's a good thing for her that he ages very slowly.
And right. What was that, Nick?
He wasn't snapped out.
No, exactly. So
no, he was getting pwned by
he
the Sorcerer Supreme of now.
He was slipping into alcoholism
and getting his ass handed to him by Noob Master.
Yeah. What was it?
Who
Fortnite?
is the current Sorcerer? Yeah, they're playing Fortnite, and I think it was confirmed by Taika Waititi that it is what's his name, the other sorcerer,
Beyonce.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
No. In Doctor Strange, he calls Wong Beyonce.
Oh, fair enough. Yes, Beyonce. Beyonce is Noob Master.
Oh.
Did you forget about that reference?
No, I'm just seeing a really cool image that I'm going to share with you guys in a second. Because I had one more topic, and if you guys have anything else you want to add to it, we'll talk about it here. But Gore, the God Butcher's appearance. Nick, you are way more experienced in your feelings of what we see in the comic books, and I'm gonna bring up some images to make the comparison. But how do you feel? It doesn't mean it won't change or adjust or mutate, but
he's not wearing any armor. I'm okay with what he is because he's got to be. What's the best way of putting it? He's supposed to be very sinister. He's not supposed to be overpoweringly big and bulky and everything like that.
No,
he is just creepy, sinister, almost like Voldemort.
Okay, well, I wanted to make a comment about that. I think so. You like or don't like Christian Bale's appearance?
I am perfectly fine with it now because I know the depth of which Christopher Bale acts with anything he touches.
Right. Ryan, have you seen this comic book version of Gore the God Butcher before? Because this is what he looks like in the comics.
Yeah.
So, what Nick was saying is, as I'm moving the mouse around here, the nose. Oops.
I know the nose is obviously different. But...
well, Nick was saying a Voldemort feel to his face. And again, in these comic book
very
versions,
aptly put.
Yeah, in these comic book versions, even the comic book version, he's not overly armored here, but the face and the stuff going down the side here is a bit more exaggerated.
As soon as I saw him grabbing the sword, I knew who it was.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I think the intensity that this actor is going to be able to convey. Honestly, he could do it better than a lot of other actors out there. Yeah, I feel like he's going to do it. You can take the nose thing aside and a few other visual aspects. He's going to kill it. Literally.
Oh no. Yeah. Well, absolutely.
I'm glad they're going this way instead of making another Squidward character.
Yeah. On another note, I think I figured out how to save the DCEU. I figured it out.
Oh,
Interesting. Go on.
Do you want to know the secret?
Oh, do
uh-oh.
tell.
The secret to saving the DC cinematic universe is to make a Lobo movie.
Oh, no doubt.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Yeah, see?
Not wrong. No, like yeah,
But yeah, back to this.
I just want to say real quick. I like my personal thought is like I thought nothing of it because for one, I never saw the comic book version before the trailer. I
Yeah.
just saw him and knew that I could recognize Christian Bale's mouth once he opened his mouth briefly, and I was like, oh, and I already knew from articles and podcasts that he was going to play Gore the God Butcher. I was like, okay,
Like,
so that's what he's going to look like. But I saw an image here. I'm going to throw this up here and see what you guys think. I don't know if it's deviant art, so like I'll cut it out if I later find out it belongs to someone. I don't think it's Hollywood. I'm not entirely sure. It comes from pixel3.com. I'll look into it later. I'll cut it out if I need to. This looks like concept work for what if like they were going to do a mutation, either what they wanted him to look like before.
Yeah.
And maybe me and my only thought, what I've heard from podcasts of a couple things. One, maybe Christian Bale didn't want to wear all those prosthetics.
I don't blame him.
Or what, I'm sure that's understandable for some, particular actors. It just might have been way too much for him to want to put on. Secondly, maybe the studio was like, it's too much like Voldemort. Man, maybe we don't.
Yeah.
Maybe we scale it back. Or is there any lore about Gore the God Butcher where he starts out a certain way and changes over time through his killings? Does he mutate, Nick? Because I've heard another podcaster make that recommendation, or a theory rather. Meaning, could we see it start out like this on the picture here on the right and then see him mutate into this end being here for whatever reason? Or
I can see that happening.
Because like that sounded like a plot point that might happen.
Maybe this whole thing's a facade, him looking like this. This is just the mask itself.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong, Nick. That two things we know. I want to talk about his backstory briefly, but we also know that Marvel teases a lot of things. Like they change certain things in trailers before ultimately revealing what happens. And like, for example, Thor Ragnarok, Thor losing his eye in the Endgame trailer. The first time we ever saw it, he had both his eyes, but in the final cut of the movie, he had an eye patch. Now,
and here he has his eyes. Oh, one of them's fake, probably.
Yeah, it got replaced by Rocket Raccoon. Gave him a replacement eye, but that was that's one example of
the rabbit replaced his eye.
Marvel misleading us through trailers. Same thing with the Infinity Stones. There was a couple stones missing from an old cut of the trailer. Blah blah blah. But Marvel does this intentionally, is all I'm saying. And I'm just wondering if this is complete pure concept art speculation, or do you see an iteration of Christian Bale mutating because of his murder spree?
I don't know, but I could tell you that Gore wasn't human in the comic books, so this is their own take on it,
right? And I'm fine with walking away from that and just being like, "Yeah, it is what it is."
Gore was a hairless creature with the tendrils. I'm pretty sure from what they kind of look like that him and Ebony Maw. Sorry,
Ebony Sewer. That's great.
Might be the same race.
My bad.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah. Here's and then he's got some extensive joints here, but this is like a statue version of the comic book version, I'm guessing. He would have had to be way more CG'd, and because they have a big name like Christian Bale portraying him, they wanted to simplify it a little bit, perhaps. But anyway, all I wanted to mention about the backstory that we know from the comics is
He does have a very distinguishable mouth from like 90% of the human race.
Oh, Christian Bale, the
Yeah,
actor.
I didn't think about that. Like I immediately saw the cheekbones and eyebrows, but yeah, looking at the mouth, yeah, that's Batman.
Like, hey, American Psycho. Oh wait, no.
Oh yes,
That's where he's from. Yeah. No, but the Gore the God Butcher goes on a killing spree because he prayed to the gods to protect or heal his wife and kid, and they were taken away from him or died. Is like the basic backstory.
yeah.
And he decides that he wants revenge on all the gods because none of them answered his.
So when I said Kratos, I was kind of right.
Yeah, I mean,
this is a human-looking pallid white dude. On revenge against gods using a weapon.
Another side note is that Marvel likes to give us sympathetic villains. Case in point, Thanos, making him have a very complex human.
I mean, instead of being a simp for the god
problems. And then Gore having lost his family and being on a bloodlust for revenge.
Understandable.
They might want to make
him.
Studio might want to make him less alien and a little more Christian Bale so that we can connect with him emotionally through his performance. Speculation. I don't know.
Well, another thing that this could tie in, I'm not sure if you guys realize this.
I don't.
Gore the God Butcher, he gets his super strength and powers and everything from the sword.
Yeah.
The all black necro sword.
Mm-hmm.
Which is actually a symbiote.
I did not know that.
That symbiote is Null.
Oh. I know who that is.
God.
Except
I did not know that that's what the sword was.
Yeah.
I've listened to another conversation where that was brought up. So I only recently familiar. I didn't know that before. But my thought is they're either going to leave it out entirely or explain it away in a different way because unfortunately Sony still owns 100% of the symbiote.
You know what could fix that?
Aspect. What?
Buy Sony. Us three.
Oh, us.
Yes. Then we sell it to Marvel for twice as much as we paid for.
That would take a lot of pull, sir. And I don't know.
Anything is possible with enough violence.
What army do you propose we go pursue these studios with?
Why would we need an army?
Black magic? What are you
We
suggesting?
have something that no one in Japan has. We're Americans. We have access to things, but we're going to leave it at that. I will John Wick my way through Sony till we get to the CEO. We will get the symbiotes. We will bring them to Marvel on a platter.
We are so getting demonetized.
I appreciate
I'm probably getting arrested.
I appreciate your tenacity, sir. I do.
No, I love Sony, so please don't hurt Sony people. I like them.
I would just love Sony to work a little bit alongside. Marvel,
that's
little
really
Well,
bit
they have, and I'm pretty
know.
sure they will.
I just want more Venom.
And well, that's not a problem.
But I want Venom with Spider-Man.
I know, but
I know.
To Nick's previous point, though, is that is a interesting connection. That sword is imbued with essentially the soul essence or powers of the symbiote god, which is connected to Venom and Carnage and all those other symbiotes.
And speaking of Spider-Man,
crossover.
Next episode,
Right.
I have another trailer react we got to do.
I'm down.
What's coming as a teaser? What's coming, Nick?
Into the Spider-Verse.
Yep.
Oh yeah, that's a good
I'm
one.
so
Yeah.
excited for that one.
Let's break that down next recording.
I want a John Wick Venom crossover. Let's just get nutty with this.
We got a John Wick fanboy here.
Yeah,
I understand.
He's great. I even have the comics.
Well, boys, do we want to jump into some TV talk?
Yes, I absolutely do, because I've been internally raving and waiting for this moment because I am so fucking hyped for what we're talking about.
Yes.
All right, well, guys,
I
you
even
heard it
have my
here.
top 3 ready.
And
Oh,
when
shit.
when we do this one, I think after we're done with the TV talks, we should do another trailer for the show coming out on the 3rd.
Yeah. I'm down. We can do a short one for that if
Let's move.
you're getting tired.
Which one?
Roll.
What do you think? The 3rd.
The
that I thought was the
Boys.
6th.
Shh. I know. I just got a lot to catch up on, guys. It's all
We're going to talk about The Boys.
All right,
Okay.
guys. I will be ready for that.
Slipping in and out.
In and
Of The
out
Boys.
and out and in.
We're going to
Guys,
slip in and out of The Boys.
let's jump
Just like a
into
glove. Tight.
TV talk. And he's gone again.
That's kind of cool. You both
Magnificent
mostly disappeared.
Coon.
Yeah, every time you do that, dude.
Yeah, no. I, every time this comes up, I want to do that. It's fun. I think the last one I kind of fucked up a bit.
Only a little. Friends, welcome to TV Talk. Our one and only particular show that we're going to dive into, talk about, nerd out on, is a fun anthology-based series that has been on Netflix now for
2019 was the one it
4
came
years
out.
ago. Yeah, 4 years now. So they skipped a year due to COVID, unfortunately.
Sadly.
I know. But we are on a season 3 of Love, Death, and Robots. An anthology series of various storytelling and animation styles, ultimately created by Tim Miller. And a lot of voice acting. So we're kind of just going to give our thoughts and feelings on it. There's just a lot of people involved. And to break down specific seasons is going to be a little hard. So we're just going to kind of give our hot take feelings about the previous seasons and how this season felt. So, Nick, I'm going to throw it to you real quick. How has this series of anthology storytelling felt to you, and how did you feel about the new season?
Well, you never have to watch the same thing twice, which is great.
Yeah.
But it's always unexpected, no matter what you get into, and that's what I love about it. I thought this season was great. I felt it was a lot more put together than last season.
Yeah.
There was some a few surprise stories in my opinion, because with the first 2 seasons, I mean there were surprises in each season, but it was a lot of sci-fi stuff in the first 2 seasons. And the one thing I will say about all the seasons is I love the gritty, really adult feel of all of them, both graphically and thematically. It's not just about being grotesque or overly sexual about any of it. It's also like super deep psychological sci-fi concepts, adult themes like that, just like our questioning our existence, and sometimes it's just a wild fun ride. There's that
Like
season
Mason's
1
Rats.
yeah, exactly. Season 1 or season 3, sorry, we're talking about, opened up with the fun 3 robot trio.
I was so happy to see them back.
Coming back from the previous season, and they're just kind of exploring facets of humanity in a post-apocalyptic setting where all humans are dead. And
they're on vacation.
With the exception of cats. At least in season 2, it was a lot of cats, and then we got a nice little teaser scene at the end of that one. And then what you mentioned, sir, the animation styles are pretty wide range, from semi-photorealistic CG to very stylized hand-animated cartoons. The rat one was very unique CG. Is still
Yeah,
CG.
it reminded me of the first season's like dumps, like the dump episode where he's fighting that monster out in the dump. It reminded me of that animation style, but I felt this one was a lot more fun.
Dude, talk about one of the bloodiest episodes that I think we've seen in a while from this.
Like, it wasn't my absolute favorite in the season, but God, it's my top 3. It's probably my number 3.
It was just fun to see, like just to like tease the concept. I won't
goes
from a farmer.
There's a Terminator reference in it, and I loved it.
Yeah,
I won't say anything else if anyone hasn't seen it, but go watch it. You'll know exactly what I'm talking about. It's great.
Yeah, there's it went from the a farmer's perspective of just having a rat infestation constantly messing with his farm stuff, and then it goes on from like to the end where there's like we're now seeing the rat's perspective and them somehow reconciling each other's worlds, and in differences, and it was the rats had this like World War II setting from their perspective. It was just it was funny, gory, and kind of heartfelt at the end there.
Yeah.
The most bizarre one of all that's like getting awards and is like super like mocap CG.
You talking about Jabaro?
Yeah, Jabaro is
Jabaro.
I understood kind of what was going on. At first it was super artsy in how it was presented though.
Yeah.
It was kind of like this forbidden love story. This siren chick is like fearful of men and like just killing any men that come near her, and then her whole body's covered in like the jewelry and treasures of these dead men, and the one person that couldn't be affected was this completely deaf soldier that could not hear her siren. And there's a lot of dancing and a lot of the camera movement was insane because it is CG, but it's mocap CG the way they did it.
My favorite part of that episode is the audio effect they did for everything. Because going from his part, it's just like this
being deaf, like a hollow, like
you just muffled. See this, and then it goes into like the wild screams and dance and music, and it's just it's very, very artistic.
Fun note: that short, the reason it's getting a lot of proclivity is it is entirely made through Unreal Engine 5.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. It makes sense. There's something about it that like seemed a bit familiar.
Well, and then the scenery was super photorealistic, but I knew it was animated.
You could see it.
But it's super photorealistic, and I want to at a later time in a future episode or game talk, I want to definitely like talk about more about Unreal Engine 5 because there's just some crazy stuff, crazy projects coming out of that engine. But Nick, were there any? Let's go around. You guys have favorites. Nick,
I have a definite favorite.
I know you do, sir. Nicholas, were there any standouts for you, either mentioned or not?
Yes. I know Ryan's probably going to agree with me on this one. Kill Team Kill.
That was a great one.
I love that one too, Nick. That
one's fucking awesome.
That was wild and fun.
That whole like
commandos are it's what was it?
Commandos versus a mecha bear.
Someone,
searching
for
they were supposed to go back to meet up with their other team, who has completely stopped responding.
Yeah,
and there's a reason why.
Mm-hmm. And the other one that I really liked, the reason why I liked it is because it reminded me of one of my favorite animated movies growing up. Have you guys seen Heavy Metal?
Yeah. One of the best movies ever made.
The very pulse of the machine reminded me very much of that. The whole animation of it.
I definitely see what you mean.
Can
imagine anyway.
And I actually really liked it the way it was set up. So, but my favorites would have to be Kill Team Kill or the what was the
If
one
you
with-
describe it for me, I can tell you what it is.
Yeah, I
the
got
one
all the
with
episodes.
giant crab.
Oh, Swarm.
That was a different one. The Bad Traveling.
Bad Traveling.
Bad Travel.
Yes, that was a fucking awesome one. I don't even. That's
Oh,
up
the
there.
pirate ship one.
Yeah, that's
with the
fucking
giant
great.
crab. That one was
Dude, that was
interesting.
brutal.
Mm-hmm.
I loved that.
Yeah, the one guy just kept utilizing the
Yeah.
crew, and oh man, it
Fucking
was
smart.
weird that it was like
what I would do.
a sentient crab that would like possess the
I
corpses.
want to know more about that world.
It was very fascinating and also really good animation, very realistic.
I mean, that one definitely begged me to want to know more about the world, similar to how Beyond the Aquila Rift in season 1 did, with the dude who's lost.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it makes me want to know more, and it makes me sad that I can't in this exact medium anyway.
I know that is like the only
It's the
downside
double-edged
to
sword.
anthology stories is you latch on to a really good one and you're like,
You get what you get.
This is all it is. It's a short. Some of these ended very ambiguously too.
Like you brought up the Swarm. The ending on that's like, what the hell happened next?
The Swarm had a really cool beginning, like really fascinating. It's like two scientists.
I really wanted to get
learning about these different creatures that are just in harmony, and then it got real wild at the end there.
Human ambition.
Man,
ruins everything.
Well, yeah,
There's one episode though for me that stood above all the others to me, and it's because it's based off of a short story from Snafu. It's a collection of horror short stories with military influences.
In Vaulted Halls.
In Vaulted Halls Entombed. With Joe Manganiello.
They did some
actors.
really good. They did some really good face cap. I recognized most of
the moment I saw his nose, I knew it was him. I was like,
and
you see him from the side profile. I was like, that's Joe Manganiello's nose.
You could hear it in his voice too.
Yeah.
Jai Courtney is the other actor that was alongside him, and then I get was it the character's name Harper? Female actress. Her name is Christian Serratos. I'm not sure what else she's in.
I know who that is, but I couldn't remember her name. The
I
reason
recognize
why
her
that one
now.
spoke to me so well is because
The Walking Dead, dude.
Yeah,
That's
it does what a lot of because it's a horror one. It's based off Snafu. It does what a lot of psychological horror and Lovecraftian horror stories fail to do today, and that's build that suspense of, okay, things are getting fucked up. Things are really fucked up. How are we going to deal with this? Oh shit, we're fucked. And it's really hard to pull that off. And it did it perfectly. And that's why it's my number one of the season. Because that's a hard thing to do with Lovecraftian horror.
Joe, what's your number one?
An intense end.
Yeah, Joe, what's your number one? Tell us, Joe. You can get naked for us, Joe.
Just an honorable mention.
Yeah.
It was super short, but Night of the Mini Dead.
Dude, that was great.
It was it was CG animated, but it all had a photorealistic feeling of
it felt like really quick claymation.
Yeah, like claymation really miniatures. Like all these cities were recreated, and basically like watching miniatures play out in a movie. All the voices were like hyper squeaky, like and everything was like fast paced. It was like a 3-4 minute episode.
It's 7 minutes, and it's that Night of the Living Dead reference in the very beginning, but instead they start banging and knock over the cross and burn down.
It's fast moving because it's all like time lapse sped up, but like if you watch closely, there's a lot of humorous little things happening in between.
The hikers.
And
That's
then
fucking great.
mass level gore, but it's all miniaturized.
Yeah. It felt like
So-
a little break in between. Like, hey, this is what we just did.
Some super
Now get ready
serious
for what's coming up.
psychological stuff, and then a little
Yeah.
break in the action. I'd say a close first, but I'm going to put it second, dude, is honestly, I really liked the concept of Swarm. Sorry. I
Swarm
did
takes
like
second.
Swarm. Swarm would be like probably top 3, but Vaulted Halls Entombed. I just loved the really weird mindfuck of the Lovecraftian concept. That's just these weird, bizarre, otherworldly creatures that are
It's not where I expected that monster to be.
no,
Also.
but I know it's just bizarre. But honestly, my personal favorite is Night of the Many Dead.
Good
I'm
choice, man.
I've been deeply sad. I've been deeply in love with miniatures my whole life. From making them myself to watching stop motion animation, and so this was a nice, like, collective nostalgic jolt with a beautiful amount of humor, satire, and all that in here. But anyway, yeah,
What was
Night
your
of the
favorite
Many
part
Dead's
of it?
mine. What's it?
What was your favorite part of it?
Oh, I love the beginning where the the two people are
choice.
just like
Same.
fucking around and humping a statue, and then the zombies are coming towards them and they don't even realize it, and then it's just that was hilarious.
Yeah. I loved this season. It was so good.
My favorite out of all of them would still be Kill Team Kill.
Excellent choice. I don't really think there was a bad episode this season. Like, there was none that I didn't like.
The only one that was maybe, I don't know. No, I mean, I really don't have anything negative to say.
Like,
Jabaro
second
was a
season
bit.
had one that I didn't like, and first season had one I didn't like. Jabaro was weird, but I didn't dislike it.
I didn't dislike it, but it was a little jarring at first because I was just like, I just trying to like understand what's going on, but it was beautiful, like to watch.
Season 1 had was it the fucking pudding? I found that one kind of boring, and then season 2 had. It wasn't that I didn't like the story of the first episode of season 2, the one with the killer death robot, House Appliance.
No, but also I felt
just hated the art style.
Weird. Yeah,
the art style was
a
just
little weird.
awful to look at. So that was like the only reason I hated that one. I loved the story, but I hated the art style. So I was like, I don't want to watch this one again.
Yeah, it was hard.
But season 3, I felt looked good, no matter like throughout, in every different art style.
The one I actually was kind of let down by was the sequel.
Oh yeah, loved it. Of the 3 robots,
Yeah,
like I loved.
it's not that I didn't like it, but
Yeah.
I expected more.
Yeah, it didn't up the ante like it should have. It was just kind of more of the same,
It
but
felt
not
a
in
little-
a good way.
It felt a little, I don't know,
Recycled.
short.
Like,
3
I wanted
robots.
to see how they got out of the situation they were in.
And you know what's sad is like it's I mean the first one was in 2019. It was just called 3 Robots, and there isn't. Yeah, there's no follow up until that. Well, I think is this officially the first follow up
This is
I
the
think
first follow
out
up.
of all the stories. So I mean,
I
if
feel like
some
they
of-
were original to Love, Death, and Robots, though. I don't think they're from anything like a lot of the other ones are. Because most of the stories are from like short story anthology books, comics, and things like that. I feel like this one might be their own original thing, similar to what I think might have been the Freezer episode, the one live action one.
Yeah, that was bizarre to see a live action
Really-
one out of the whole
I
mix.
kind of enjoyed that one a little bit too much.
No, it was cool. It was just, again, it was one of those
Yeah, it was different.
unexpected things. Yeah.
It's actually, just now that I think about it, that was for me anyway, because I know the first season showed differently for most people. That was my last episode, and the last episode of this season was Jabaro, and both of those episodes are very different.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember the last episode of season 2. I think that was the one with Michael B. Jordan, maybe.
No,
I'm on Netflix right now. I can go pull it up.
well, I'm on. I'm
The
on
Drowned
IMDb.
Giant. Yeah,
Oh, the Drowned Giant was
weird.
weird.
So yeah, I think
Yeah.
each of the last episodes is always something kind of weird and a little thought provoking. After all the weird and horrifying shit we've seen before.
Yeah. Ice Age was the freezer episode in season 1.
Yeah.
And then they did the animated alternate history, which is like an alternate thing to like
Where
Hitler.
you kill Hitler over and over again. Which was
And then
okay.
The last one was called The Secret War. Red
That
Army
was
Fights
my
Unholy
favorite
Evil.
episode of season 1.
Yeah, that one I'll have to
I
rewatch.
fucking love. I've watched that one the most of any episode in the show. But I feel like this series is honestly proof that we could make heavy metal again.
Yeah, I could see that. Just like the wild variety of animation and storytelling that's happening here.
Yeah, and then
is
just have
very
some kind of
reminiscent.
overarching actual plot in the background that connects them all. That's really all we need.
Yeah, it could be done. To be fair, though, a lot of those writers were on acid during the writing.
We can get them some more acid.
I don't know that. That's complete fabrication.
I don't care. We can get them some acid. It's fine if that's
or maybe
what it
they
takes.
maybe they were just stoned. I don't know. Hi.
Where you live in Oregon? It's legal. We'll get some.
It's legal in a lot of places now. But that being said, guys, number. You guys want to put a number on this? I think everyone's going to probably be pretty high up there. Nicholas,
I'm going to give you an 8.5.
what brought it down from being a masterpiece to you? Like, what are some of the takeaways? Because we've been praising it this whole time, and then you give it an 8.5. It's
No,
like,
that's
I think
that's a
I
great.
understand why he's doing it.
I was just curious, like, if there's any major shortcomings.
That's the thing. I don't feel that this season had the thought-provoking episodes
As much as
Like how in the
One or
first season
two.
there was that one, like the two salesmen out in the desert and all this other stuff. There's just all these weird things that were new and fresh. And this one didn't quite have that same feeling.
they leaned into violence and gore in this season more
Yeah.
than anything, and that was the center focus of the whole thing.
Yeah.
And we see a lot of that.
Yeah, and it's great.
It's
but-
not that I don't enjoy it. It's just I was expecting something different.
Yeah. I think I know exactly how you feel, and that's kind of why my rating's where it's at too. Mine being a 9. And it's for that exact same reason, and also if you're going to do a follow-up for an episode, which I did love the 3 robots continuation, I just felt it should have been a little bit more.
Yeah.
And that's why it's a 9 and not a 10 for me.
Fair enough. I will also chime in with a 9. I would say for the only particular reason is just in alignment with both of you guys. The less mind-bending concepts, still a fun ride, but I don't know. Love, Death, and Robots, the way this series is set up and the way first season was.
And second season too in a couple episodes.
And
Even
second,
though it was shorter.
yeah, it just makes me feel like they need to keep the indie writing and storytelling ante up, especially with a 4th season if they go there.
Yeah. There's
Still-
an episode in season 2 that I'd like to call back to for the whole thought-provokingness. In episode 2, we had the episode where having kids was illegal. If you didn't have like a certain you basically had to get a permit to have a kid, and they had all these like life extension things, and basically it was just illegal to have kids. And it really came up to that concept of like this detective is someone who hunts these people down and has to put them away, and then he finds this lady with a child who's like, you know, full of life and all this, and he has to make this decision. And it really like makes you think, like, how do you live in a society like that when in reality, our kids are often the biggest parts of our lives as humans. Creating another life, watching them grow, it's the human experience, and you take that away and you live forever, what's the point? And in this season, like Nick said, it's mostly focused on violence. There's a little some humor here and there, but it's mostly violence. And I love violence, don't get me wrong. I'm a big advocate for it.
Look at you waxing philosophy. Also, just to let everyone know, that is season 2, episode 3, called Pop Squad.
Yeah.
Future where resources are controlled by the rich, unregistered offspring are forbidden by the state. A police officer charged with enforcing population control faces a crisis of conscience because she's charged with needing to exterminate the child, basically, because they're not supposed to have this child.
Yeah, and it's heartbreaking.
Yeah, that was a very
episode.
social, thought-provoking concept.
Because the cops are forced to kill these kids, and when you finally come across it and you're like, I just can't fucking do this. I can't stomach the idea of doing this to an innocent life.
Yeah.
It sucks. And I think that's the thought-provokingness I want from media. I want something to make me feel not just good, but awful.
Feel awful about terminating this life.
Okay, no, that thing's Uncanny Valley. The last kid you see is adorable. That thing is creepy. Let's be real here.
I was just pulling up screenshots from the
I'm just
episode.
fucking with you, man. I'm doing a bit, but
oh my gosh, you callous.
he looks so familiar. He looks like this one actor, and I can't remember his name. God, it's driving me nuts.
Let's take a quick peek
they
at
like
the
just
lead
take
actor, Nolan North, Detective Briggs.
So it's not based on him, but there's like this actor, and he's in a lot of stuff, and he looks just like that guy.
I just got to say, though, Craig Ferguson as Mason was perfect.
Oh, yes. God. That episode, his voice acting was beautiful. Just beautiful for that character. Mason's Rats was so awesome. And that one did have the thought-provokingness to it, just not as deep. Because it's like he realized the effects of the war that he had been waging with these rats.
Yeah.
And decided to end it himself. But
when he realized when he saw, the massacre.
Yeah, and
he's like
that they're sentient.
Yeah, that they were like no man left behind carrying one of the limping rats, and he's like, oh my gosh.
And then he saw they were making moonshine. It's like, maybe we're not so different after all.
It's like, let me try that.
Yeah, I love what these shows can do.
Yeah, some really good storytellers, animators, thought provokers.
What was your least favorite, Joe?
What?
What was your least favorite? Other than maybe Jabaro, because I feel like that's what you're going to say.
Oh,
because I like Jabaro, but I get why that's probably my least favorite too.
Yeah, honestly, I can't
Jabaro.
think of a different one. Jabaro is just a little jarring upon first watch, but it's like it's got a beautiful thing about it artistically, but it would probably be my least favorite. I didn't connect with it personally.
Yeah,
I felt the weakest was Three Robots.
Yeah,
storytelling wise, I agree with you.
But storytelling wise, I agree.
Because I don't think they needed to do the sequel thing. Because you're going to fall into a trap with sequels. This is an anthology. Why would you do a sequel in an anthology series?
Yeah,
I think that isn't.
true.
It is the Netflix brand for this show, and I think that's the only reason they came back with it. Maybe
then why wasn't it in the second one?
Pure speculation. Also,
you know what I'm glad
the second one came out in 2020, didn't it? Right around the pandemic time.
I'm glad that Good Hunting did not get a sequel because I felt like where they ended that in season 1 was perfect. That's the 2D animation style with the Hulijing in ancient China. Yeah, the way that ended was perfect. And if they had done a sequel, I would have been a little upset about that.
With the Kitsune type character.
Yeah, the Kitsune robot.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like that season was way shorter too. Season 2 was way shorter than any of the seasons. There was only 8 episodes in season 2, and it came out May 2021. So literally, this was like probably being produced and worked on during the pandemic or the start of it in 2020. So I don't. Who knows? There's reasons we didn't get a second.
I wouldn't mind like separate from Love, Death, and Robots if they did a 3 Robots like short film that was just separate from the anthology.
Now, yeah, there are some of these that I would love to see the universe that this is around, just for the sheer fact that it would be badass.
I think it would be fun for some of them. Yeah.
Yeah. Like the dog soldiers in the.
Oh yeah, I forgot about them. That was awesome.
Yeah, the werewolves. Yeah. But I would do these as something completely separate than Love, Death, and Robots. Yes. Say,
sir.
Like take your most popular ones from the anthology and then just make like a mini series about it separate from Love, Death.
Miniseries or a full length movie for it.
Because like we've had 2 types of different types of horror genres in Afghanistan now. I feel like those 2 could go together. But yeah, Love, Death, and Robots, I feel like could take 3 robots and make its own film.
Mm-hmm.
And it'd be fun.
For sure. For sure it could.
There's a few that I'd love to see continued. In the first season, there's the robot one, the fighting robot. I mean, not the fighting robot,
the monster, Sonny's Edge.
Sonny's Edge.
Yeah, that was a fucking cool one.
That would be cool to see, like a full movie of that.
Yeah, and it has the perfect setup to make a good movie.
Mm-hmm.
Cyberpunk-esque with
monsters. I like the animation on that one. That one was good. Guys, coming out Friday, June 3rd on Amazon Prime is the Amazon Prime original, The Boys.
The Boys.
Season
We're going to be sliding into season 3 of The Boys.
We're going to be sliding into season 3 of The Boys.
Sliding into The Boys, season 3.
In and out, because I don't think it'll be all at once.
No.
You always have a way of doing this to me. I thought you were going to say Hello Kitty Island Adventure.
That isn't for gaming bits.
Nicholas? This is neither here nor there, sir. You're going to have to find a way to rip a hole into the multiverse before we ever finally get around to that. Or we need to yank our red ginger back in.
Right back.
Oh, okay. Transition has been ruined. Damn it, Nick. You're supposed to like laugh real loud so that could be like a cold open intro.
It is time for Hello Kitty.
Wow.
Island Adventure.
You phoned that in, Nick, and nice job, Ryan.
Hello Kitty.
I wish Matt could be here to see the beautiful representation you've brought to the table.
It's glitchy. I can make myself disappear.
Yeah. Oh, now we are just talking to the kitty herself.
Your kitty keeps disappearing.
It does that unless you pay.
All right, guys. Back to action. Season 3 of The Boys.
Hello Kitty Island Adventure.
There
Season
we go.
3 of The Boys.
Full presentation right there. Thank you, Mr. Thank you, Mr. Ryan, for presenting us with...
Yeah.
This next season I am excited for.
Same. Soldier Boy is going to be in it.
All right, guys. Shall we just do
Jump
the
in?
thing?
I think
Jump
we should
into
rip
The
off
Boys?
the Band-Aid.
All right.
Slip on in.
All right, here we go, guys. Live and in color. The Boys Season 3.
So, let me say it again, Ken. Maybe a superhero, but I'm also just a man who fell in love with the wrong woman. He's the man who fell for the wrong woman.
Fell for the wrong woman. But
Out of crisis comes change.
I'm sensing a theme here.
I mean, like regular news channels today.
I am very excited for everyone to meet the real me.
I love Anthony
There's
Starr.
something wrong with Homelander. There's something broken. He's lost his
God.
fucking mind.
Love, mommy, daddy, and all.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, oh.
We've been on the straight and narrow all year. No killing soups, no drinking. Even follow Hugh Campbell's orders without strangling him.
Oh man.
just being cruel.
Or maybe you're not such an asshole.
I love you, Carl Urban.
People have superpowers. But real power isn't this.
Oh my gosh, he's in it.
It's the ability to bend the world to your will.
Come on, show me Jensen Ackles. Where is he?
The gloves are off.
Thought we could fight out the right way, but we can't. It's all rigged. We have to do it your way.
Oh,
We're all we've got. It's up to us.
that was
I think I
explosive.
have something. Maybe we can use it to blow Homelander's fucking brains out.
In a manner of speaking, he does.
What's this?
Make
God
some soup for 24 hours. You're gonna need it.
I wonder if we're gonna get to see Huey punch a hole in someone's
The
chest.
point of what we do is that no one should have that kind of power.
Oh my gosh.
For once, I'll level the fucking playing field.
I show people the real me.
Oh,
God damn.
I mean, they fucking love me.
Yes, I do.
There's going to be a musical number?
Oh,
that'd be great. This is The Boys season 3.
Christ, Soldier Boy.
so supposedly,
Whoa.
episode 6 of this is going to cover a certain comic that happens with Homelander and Soldier Boy. A little fun getaway to a superhero retreat.
Orgy.
Yeah, that's the word.
Oh.
Orgy.
Oh. All I want to say is my favorite gore moment, I didn't know how much we'd get in a trailer, is those
Right?
two people running away and then bursting into meat chunks.
Gotta love it.
No, in the graphic novels, there's definitely a scene with which you speak, and there's also the dude that stretches and.
Yeah, episode 6 is going to cover that, as from what I've read. But yeah, I'm really hoping we get the scene where Huey punches a fucking hole in one of the teenage Kicks' chest.
I saw some moments I'm excited for.
Yeah.
Does this show go week to week?
I think they're going to be doing that again because they did that with the first season.
And the second season.
Yeah, and the
I was like,
second.
okay.
So I waited
right,
till half the
released.
second season.
All right, well, we'll have enough time for episode 1 hot takes next time we reconvene. And yeah, that sounds great.
I'm
I love
I'm
how
excited for Friday. I can't
messed
fucking
up Homelander is.
Dude, I fucking love Anthony Starr's portrayal of him. He's so good. Like, he's
Milking
still my
a
favorite
cow,
hand
dude.
casting. Right?
I don't even know what to
I
watch
feel
or catch up
giddy
on.
about this. It's not that I'm hyped. I'm giddy about this season. I can't wait.
You sound like a man in love with a show.
I am with Anthony Starr and Jensen Ackles. Mostly
Who
Jensen
isn't?
Ackles.
I was just gonna
He's
go
handsome.
the broad.
Oh, I love the show.
term
It's one of my
show.
favorite shows ever made. But
But
Jensen Ackles is.
you made a connection, sir.
Look, man, I had you stop on Thor. Let's be real here.
That's Chris Hemsworth, man.
Yeah, Chris Hemsworth is a goddamn god.
Until he's
He doesn't even need to
unable.
be Thor to be a god.
True. Indeed. Absolutely true. Man, there's so many things to react, dude. And like, I just,
It just saddens me, kind of, seeing
part?
Carl Urban go full super,
It's
knowing that we will never get a Dread 2.
Why'd you have to do that to me?
Sorry.
never. I
You know
mean,
we're not.
I guess not. Maybe not with him. I don't know.
It's if it's not with him, I don't want it.
There will be no other Dread other than him.
Yeah, he was the perfect Dread.
All right. Well, let's start a petition, guys. Let's start a petition.
There's
It's
like
already
6
been
of
started.
them. I've signed all of them.
Well,
Like,
I
I'm
guess
not kidding. I've signed all of them.
Ryan, I guess what I'm suggesting is that you not just sign them
into our own hands,
but be proactive about it, bro. That's what I'm saying.
You're right. Storm the studio.
Yeah.
With an army of people. All demanding, well, chanting Dread 2, Dread 2, Dread 2. Carl Urban only. No, like I said, yeah, Carl Urban's one of the best actors, and he deserves more roles.
I love him. I love him too. Nick, I dare say, man, we've got so many things to watch and or react to.
Dude, so much shit.
I wish I could go back to weekly, but for the immediate future time being right now, I kind of have to hold off. Because we got, Obi-Wan just launched. I'm just teasing for next recording.
Yeah.
Throwing this out there before we move on for TV, guys.
BRB. You can keep talking about this.
All right. Just to close out TV talk, by saying what we'll tease, we'll give first impressions, hot takes on The Boys season 3. I feel like we could definitely do Star Wars Andor teaser trailer drop for Disney Plus, but I think we still got some time before that comes out. Obi-Wan Kenobi just dropped the first 2 episodes. We may have to come back and do some hot takes with Ryan on our next recording. And the huge, gigantic Stranger Things season 4 is in full swing right now. I didn't have time to watch it yet, guys. So I'm just teasing that out. Upon our next recording, we will be diving in deep spoiler territory abound. And, man, there's a few more things out there offhandedly that I think we'll mention or give hot takes on. But that being said, all right, guys. Well, love, death, and robots. We love it. There's death.
Fuck, is that what we were talking about this entire time?
No, actually, when you walked away, I did tease a few things that we're going to cover, like
Star Wars.
The Boys, Star Wars.
Boys. Oh, yeah, we did The
Obi-Wan
Boys
Kenobi.
react. That's what it was.
We did react to The Boys, actually, last. I don't know why my bad.
No, dude,
that was
it's all good.
Poor segue.
It's 2 a.m., man. It's okay.
It's getting late. It's a poor segue. Let's move on, guys. We're going to jump into some game and bits and do another trailer react or some fun, exciting, upcoming things. Here we go. Guys, without further ado, it's Game and Bits. Welcome to Gaming Bits, guys. Our final chapter, if you will, in this already long in the tooth episode. But thanks for sticking around. If you guys have enjoyed it, stick around a little bit longer. We're going to do one more trailer reaction for Gaming Bits. We're going to cover, or rather react to, Star Wars Jedi, Survivor. And that is a sequel to Star Wars Jedi, Fallen Order. Just had to put that in there for anyone that's blind or a little slow like me, because I'm a little slow, especially at 2 a.m. Spoiler warning, that's how late it is right now for us, guys.
I'm always slow. Slow is smooth. Smooth is fast.
You know what? I like your groove, Ryan. I like your groove. Especially now that you're popping in some caffeine into the mouth right now.
I just spit that out because it got way too strong. I'm like, nope. Not doing this.
Little caffeinated crack cocaine.
It tasted great for like 2 minutes, and I'm just like, no, I'll drink regular coffee. It's fine.
So shall we see what's going on with Cal Kestis?
Let's do it. I'm excited.
We should.
I love that guy.
Here we go. Sorry, I didn't have this pulled up. I mean, I do have it pulled up. I just got to share it. Oh, my God.
Pulled out?
So unprofessional
Never.
I am. No, never pull out. Never surrender.
Never. Just move to a different country. They never suspected. I've done it 5 times.
Slightly. Our accents are going to be weird if I cut out the last part there, Ryan. So we'll see what happens.
I don't care.
Yeah, I know you don't.
This is what they always sound like. This is not my real voice.
We're having
This is my customer service voice.
That is very customer service oriented. Yeah. Now that you guys have had ample time on YouTube to watch the rating disclaimer may contain content inappropriate for children from our dear friends at ESRB.
Will they let us dismember people now?
I will. Let's find out. Let's watch the trailer there, Mr. Ryan. Here we go. Star Wars Jedi Survivor.
I keep wanting to say Fallen Order again.
I know. Speaking of marching, Electronic Arts Respawn.
Tell me, Cal Kestis, why leave?
This looks fucking awesome.
They won't.
It does.
Follow. Why?
Jellyfish? No.
When you can't win. What is your next move, Jedi?
Yeah, the robot's back.
Ryan?
Yes.
Who's in there?
Was that Starkiller?
I think so.
We don't have a date, but we have 2023, friends.
I mean, I can't say with certainty, but I think it was.
Starkiller. You be talking about Force Unleashed Starkiller?
Yeah.
That right there. I thought that might have been a girl. There's a lot of long hair.
I don't know.
There.
It kind of. Hey, dude, I got long hair, man. What are you saying?
I'm not criticizing the length of hair. I'm just saying the facial features didn't immediately speak Starkiller.
It zooms out a bit. Hold on.
I don't know about the time frame.
Yeah, see that's Pax, man. That's Pax. And Starkiller would be around right now. Are they going to make Starkiller canon? I mean, it very well couldn't be. We could be very wrong, but
yeah.
God, look how good his face looks here, though. Like he looked great in Fallen Order. But
him.
He looks like it's just fucking him. It's not even like a CG version of him. It looks just like
Uncanny Valley.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm telling you.
I mean, he already had kind of an Uncanny Valley face, but
our current generation of game engines are just getting so powerful.
Getting nuts.
Yeah.
Oh god, dude.
Photorealism is hitting an all-time high, man.
Dude, when I showed my dad Red Dead Redemption 2, it blew his fucking mind.
Isn't that so fun? Like, I mean, you grab an older generation of people that are completely out of the loop on current gaming.
He played some Xbox 360 games, and that's kind of where it stopped.
Yeah.
But yeah,
man, that's a couple generations ago now.
Yeah, Series X and S shit. He was like, what the fuck? You can see his pores. I'm like, yeah, I know, right?
And like the other thing about that is, like, to be fair, seeing the pores in a character's skin was doable if it was pure pre-rendered CGI.
Yeah.
But these things are now like in engine in real time being rendered as like if you're playing in the game. That's what we're starting to see. And that is so
that
nuts.
Game is gonna be, with how amazing Fallen Order was and how big it was for Star Wars games. I feel like this is gonna be a step up even further.
Dude, I gotta look them up. I don't have it in front of me right now. I know there's like 2 or 3 other Star Wars projects. Because after the EA separation from the 10-year licensing that they had a hold of for freaking ever, it felt like
move on their part.
That now Lucasfilm is outsourcing to multiple studios. That's why there's literally like 3 or 4 Star Wars projects in development right now.
I could see Star Wars becoming the next Doctor Who in length. The way, because Doctor Who's been around for over 50 years now, and Star Wars is encroaching on that too. But I feel like Star Wars is going to be around a long time.
I mean, especially with
its infinite potential.
Yeah, its current trajectory, post the prequel trilogy and post George Lucas selling it over, it's had some bumps. It's Disney's been going through ups and downs with trying to get it on the right track.
Yeah,
but it's definitely on an upward trajectory right now.
Yeah. Like we have all the side media now that's just so good.
Obi-Wan Kenobi just released as for shows. An Andor side series there's a teaser trailer out right now for Disney Plus as well. And and season 3. There's some teasers or talk of season 3 of Mandalorian already. I saw it online. I haven't seen any footage yet, but all these things are continuous. And then there's, like I said, 3 to 4 games right now in active development. I think there's currently a remake of Knights of the Old Republic happening right now.
And I am insanely hyped about that.
I played the shit out of the original.
I even have it on mobile.
Yeah.
The original.
Yeah, they ported it everywhere.
Yeah,
it's kind of like a
mobile PC and the original Xbox.
It's like an Elder Scrolls Oblivion thing where they've just ported that to literally everything.
Yeah. But this game,
Jedi
I
Survivor,
hope it garners the same amount of hype. I mean, I know it won't, but I hope it gets similar to the same amount of hype that Elden Ring had, considering that it is another Souls-like game.
I'm hoping that we need to get some talk about that connection there, because I mean, fantasy and sci-fi are very different, but Star Wars is a very sci-fi with fantasy accents all over it. Sci-fi fantasy, yeah. It's not like Star Trek pure sci-fi. Sci-fi. Sci-fi when they change the spelling.
Let's coin it. The network. It's our own term.
But
we're gonna call it sci-fi, sci-fantasy.
Oh, there you go. Fantasy. I see what you did there.
And also because it gives me a reason to say the mage from Castlevania's name again. Just a little
well
tie-in.
done, sir. Well done. Nick, you want to make a closing? I know you want to make a closing statement on this Jedi Survivor, and then we'll close out.
I'm excited for it. I honestly think that was Starkiller. I'm glad to see a continuation of the Cal Kestis story from Fallen Order. And if they continue along with the progress of what they were doing in the first game, with the new engine and the new mechanics and the new technology they have, it's gonna be amazing.
Fuck yeah, bro. Nice.
Nice.
Chef's kiss.
Chef's kiss.
That's right. Let's Halo, the Halo God narrator.
Killing spree.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kilimanjaro. Kilimanjaro.
You remember back in the day when you get all like, what is it, 20 kills in a row or something? It'd be like, unfreaking believable.
The first time I ever got that, God, that was like, it's like, you're right. I am God.
Combo breaker.
You're like, it is.
I
You're
really
right.
hope they make another Killer Instinct.
You're right. It is unfreaking believable. I'm shitting myself right now. Anyway, guys. All right. Well, guys, let's close it out. It's late, long, and all that, and we've had some fun here. I hope you listeners have had fun listening. And if you guys would like to pipe in, make a comment, suggestion, or just share your thoughts, like, I don't know, one of the best places you could possibly do that, if they want to, sir, if they want to. I think one of the best places to do that is you could add us over Twitter at Nerdentials. You know, some tweets, just tweet at us about it. Or if you guys want to get a little more serious or a little more lengthy about your conversation, you guys could shoot out an email. Classic old school email, nerdentials@gmail.com. You guys could definitely do that. But Nick, you want to chime in?
Yeah. For anyone out there that's trying to hit the dating world out there, I have a new pickup line for you.
That's going to sound real good in the podcaster's ears. You guys are welcome.
They know what it is.
Yeah.
They know exactly what it is. They've probably used it already. I'm single. Sometimes.
I was going to say, well, if that's true and you guys are listening from inside your prison cell, thank you for being a listener. We appreciate you too.
I'm still in the basement. They haven't let me out yet.
He knows the pickup line very well.
Yes.
No, I'm serious. Like, I mean, they allow. I don't know what they allow. Never been to prison, so never mind.
Go to prison. Get a newspaper. Get it wet. Let it dry. Get it wet again. Let it dry. You can make yourself body armor and weapons.
Interesting. We'll cover that in a future side episode.
No, we won't.
For now, we're trying to close out, mister. Well, guys, you can listen to us wherever podcasts are found. I'm gonna just keep talking over because I feel like you're implementing dirty, nasty, subliminal messaging, sir. I don't know what you're doing. I have it.
Naked.
And Chris Hemsworth's butt. Hemsworth's double pluralized his last name. That was weird.
It was blurred though.
It's Disney. They had to. I don't know.
I feel ripped off.
You flicked too hard. Anyway, guys, thanks for listening.
That's what she said.
It's been fun, Nick. It's been fun, Ryan.
It's always fun.
It's been fun, guys.
And while you keep peeling back that tape,
I'm gonna go lock the cellar door so you can't get down here.
You act like you live nearby.
What do you mean?
But
You're the only one that's not here.
Yeah, I know. I know. Anyway,
you could save me, but you choose not to.
I was being facetious, and sir, that's like a 3 to 4 hour drive that I'm not ready to make at 2 a.m.
Sir, we've made it in 2.5 hours.
I'm not going to drive that fast at 2 a.m.
This is the best time to drive that fast.
No, I don't drive that well in the dark.
Those were the days, weren't they, Joe?
They were the days. They were
Just
good days.
blast kickstart my heart and haul ass down the highway.
Do you need an adrenaline shot?
No, I've got Bang right here.
Save it for another time.
I'm not.
Guys, she bang. Yeah, she move.
Well, guys, that's gonna. You know what? We gotta stop making things awkward and dragging it out. There's nothing else I can say or do.
I'm just trying to get to that perfect 3 hour.
Oh, it's not gonna come out that long though, because
I
like the
know.
first 20 to 30 minutes were kind of a.
That's what she said.
I mean, you guys might have had some excellent conversation. I don't know. I was not privy to it yet.
I don't know.
I will be
I
once
don't
I
remember
hear
that
it.
far back.
I know it's been 3 hours.
Well, we did talk about what different
Animes
we're watching. Yes.
Yeah, other types of nerd stuff.
I came in at the tail end of that.
Weeb stuff.
You say weed stuff?
Weeb.
Weeboo.
Weeb.
B. Weeb.
And Ryan keeps dipping out like into the ether. It's so weird.
Let's do this.
Oh, now I can't do it when I want to. There we go.
All right, guys. Well, for me, myself, and I. Oh, and my cohorts, Nick and Ryan. This has been your Nerdy Essentials, and with Nick's wonderful high definition lip line, we bid you adieu. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the other side.
On the other side.
Only your side, right?
I'm still down.